Hey, what's going on, YouTube? It's that dude named Dave, and welcome back to my channel. Before we get started here, I got a charge for admission. It's not much. Just need you guys to click on like, subscribe, and click on that bell notification below. I'm not as struggling as I used to be, but I still need the YouTube algorithm. So help your boy out here. I'll give you guys a few seconds to do that. See, few seconds, that didn't take long. So today's video, we're coming back to Kevin Samuels, and this one's about a woman if she was raised to be a wife. He was on IG. I thought this was a good video. So let's get to it.
The children do.
Too, but then I also think about living in this modern day. I fear for children, and I fear for, the way that I fear for them growing up in this world. And what I mean by that is in terms of, they don't play outside anymore. They want to be involved in the screens.
That's true.
And there's a less interpersonal communication going on.
Whose responsibility is that?
Yeah, who is it though?
Their parents, and that's why I would, step in there. But then
I've heard a lot of people say this about kids not playing on the streets, and that's a big thing. I remember when I was a kid growing up, you couldn't get me to get in the house. You know what I'm saying? I know the video games. I came up with Nintendo first dropped. So we was out in the streets doing what we got to do here. We got kids who can get online, do what they want to do here. But if you want your kids outside, that's the parents' responsibility. You got to teach them that there's nothing wrong with being outside. There's so many problems in the world, but if you train your kids right, you can do certain things, all right? Let's get back to the clip. Can't use those for excuses.
then they would be like a different kid. And when you're a different kid, you're like, Mom, I want to do this. I want to do this. And it can just become a
You are
huge
very young.
fight
Fight with whom?
Yeah, what are you fighting for?
between a child and their parents.
On what planet?
Right, Kev.
Okay, not a fight, not a fight. But the kid is always nagging and saying, oh, I want a phone. I want a phone.
It's called a belt.
I know.
This is some liberal stuff here. Like, there's some things I'm liberal about, some things I'm conservative about, but there's no way no child of mine is going to be acting like we should saying here. This is the dictatorship. Kids, you nagging, I'll give you something to nag about, and then you're going to be quiet in that corner and you nagging in your brain here. All right? We have allowed people to think that kids can be our best friends and that we cannot discipline our kids. Or, oh my God, see how young people are thinking about having kids here? Back to the clip.
I know. But the belt, yeah, I'm going to be, but I shouldn't say that.
You said you were raised to be a wife.
Yes.
You were? Okay, let's see here.
What did your mother raise you to do for a man?
Good question.
What did
Kev.
my mother raise me to do? What?
For a man.
Be a support system, cook, clean, I'm on here and I'm on live with you, honestly, so I'm at a loss for words in terms of what it means to be a wife, but I feel
And how can you say you were raised to be a wife?
Exactly. You can't say that and then you say that. You trick bag girl, huh?
in
Cat got your tongue?
society, there's a certain connotation as what a wife is.
Use simple words. Don't worry about the college words.
Right.
A wife is a woman in a relationship. Oh,
No,
my connection is, or your connection is breaking up.
My connection's fine. I have 5.
No, that's you.
Can you see me now? Okay.
You're breaking up.
A wife doesn't have a connotation, man. A wife is a job duty, just like a husband. Cooking,
A job
cleaning.
to take care of the household.
Cooking, cleaning is something you have to do for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
What specifically did your mother teach you to do for the man in your life?
There wasn't something where she sat down and was like, Emerson, you do
Then you
this and
can't.
this.
Then you weren't raised to be a wife.
Exactly.
Okay.
But I saw her be a wife.
What the
Yeah,
heck?
exactly. I saw
It's
her
on the
be a
background?
wife, so
You can
Like,
watch somebody do
but
kung fu. That doesn't matter.
Right. Good point, Kev.
okay.
Just because you watch someone do it doesn't mean you can do it. I watched LBJ, LeBron James, play ball. I'm a big NBA fan. I mean, you can see the pictures here. I'm a big boxing fan too. You see Ali back there. You can't tell me no one, like, I'm huge in you. You see MJ. You see my portrait of LeBron, MJ, paying tribute to Kobe here. I watch all these sports. It don't mean that I'm going to get in the ring and I'm going to take out Floyd Mayweather Jr. Or I'll go some lower level, like far as like not pop names that you can think of right now. A former fighter like Victor Ortiz, who fought Floyd Mayweather. You think I'm just gonna say, I watched this guy fight, you know, I saw him stick and move, working my jab and everything, I can get in the ring? Hell no. Just because you watch somebody doesn't mean you can do it. Just because you watch your moms be a wife doesn't mean that you can be a wife. Got to be taught these things. Back to the clip.
Okay, so to you, what does it mean to be a wife?
You need to, these are the questions you need to ask your mother. You need to go ask your mother, Mom, what does it mean to be a wife? What am I supposed to do for my husband? How am I supposed to do these things?
Okay.
I think he'll be a better person to ask than me. She's your mother.
Right.
Does she have the knowledge?
Mm-hmm.
Then why didn't she transfer it to you if that's her number one duty?
Well, she says Emerson, like, I mean, when you're growing up, they say, don't wear provocative clothing.
They told you what not to do, but what did she tell you to do?
Right. Direct question.
Well, you cook, you clean.
You have to do that for your survival.
You support them in their endeavors.
Good point here. Fellas, remember this here. Whenever you ask what can you do for a man, she says cook and clean, take that off the table, because she's a grown adult. She's got to cook for herself. She's got to clean for herself. She's got to take care of herself. She's a grown adult. She has to do these things regardless. So that should not be included for what she can provide and do for a man. You're already doing that. What's next? Back to the clip.
No, that's a passive. That's basically give me instructions and I'll do. No, proactive. I asked you a question. Does she have the knowledge? You said yes. I asked you, why didn't she transmit it to you if it's her number one job? The mother is the first teacher of the child and the transmitter of the culture. Why did your mother, who has the knowledge, not transfer it to you? No, I'm not talking.
Who are you?
I don't know.
How's this
That's a
dude?
question you need to ask your mother.
Real fast here. I get it. Kevin Samuels is a celebrity. He's big time. He's pop culture. Everybody's talking about. Hell, you see me doing videos right now. But if he's talking to women, fellas, why are you trying to get on the IG or on his YouTube channel on the live shows here when he is stating women only? Make it make sense, fellas. Why are you acting like idiots right now? This is for the ladies, and here you got this young dude in the background trying to get all up in the video like that. Man, this is some punk stuff here. I hate to say it like that, but yo, when people have shows and they state, this is for the demographic, just fall back and watch. You have your time soon enough. Back to the clip.
Because that's one of the problems we have today is so many women aren't teaching their daughters how to be wives.
Exactly.
Did your mother Kurt, I'm not talking to you, sir. I'm talking to the women. Please respect myself.
Exactly, dude. Get off the feed. Let him talk to her.
Did your mother encourage you to go to college?
Yes.
Did your mother encourage you to pursue a career?
Yes.
Okay.
So your mother has encouraged you more to be an individual.
No. In terms of going to college, she says you need to get a college education.
For what reason?
What reason?
To get a job.
To get a job.
To be an individual.
No.
No. See, your instinct is to defend your mother. I'm not trying to, but I'm saying your mother has told you what not to do. Then she's told you what to do. Don't dress provocatively. Go to college to get a degree so you can get a job, a career. But I asked you, what has she told you to do for a man? And there's crickets. Then you said you were raised to be a wife, but by whom? This is where the women are failing you young girls, mothers included. You said your mother has the knowledge. Then go ask her, Mom, you told me not to dress provocatively. You encouraged me to go to college. But what do I need to do for my husband?
Okay, so she's told me to be a confidant, to be,
Need more than
supportive.
That is passive.
What do you mean by
A
passive?
confidant means I come to you and I confide in you. What has she actively told you to do for a man? Like cooking and cleaning. What has she actively told you? She said, be there to support him. How? To be a confidant. In short, your mother hasn't taught you.
Okay. So in terms of, I understand. So for you, or not for you, but in general, what does it mean to be a wife? What is this active
That's
definition?
not, in general, it's for women of the village to teach the younger women of the village. I'm pointing you to the knowledge base. I'm supposed to teach the men how to be warriors.
Okay,
I'm supposed to teach the men how to fight. That's not my job to teach you. You have a mother. The first question you asked me is X, Y, and Z. And I said, what? What does your
mother?
The first thing I said is, what does your father tell you?
Yeah.
The first thing I said. And you said, he told me these things. Mm-hmm. All right. That's his job. That's his duty. What has your mother told you to do for a man? Your husband. She's told you what to do for Emerson to be a self-sustaining adult, cooking and cleaning. You do that for yourself. Going to college. She did not tell you to go to college to find a husband, did she?
Yes.
Did she teach you how?
Well, then,
well,
has your mother taught you how?
You don't approach.
Let me pause here. Kev is pushing back to her. He is, when people say that Kev hates women, is this hate right now? Because he is pointing out that you do have a mother in your life and your mother didn't teach you these things. So I am trying to reinforce the fact that you need to go back to your mother. I know you're talking to me and you're looking for advice, but you have someone who is active parent in your life, someone who raised you. I understand what my platform is, but if you have a mother and you said that she is a wife, people, we need to go to our parents and not be scared to talk to our adult parents, mothers and fathers. That's what he's pointing out here. He's not saying, go ahead and do this. You need to go to this. No, what does your mother say? What does your father say? What does your mother do? These are direct questions that can't say that he hates women. He's trying to find out more about her and come to find out that she hasn't been taught by her moms and he wants her to go to her. What's wrong with that? Back to the clip.
Approach a man.
But what did she teach you to do?
Yes, what did she teach you to do?
Basically to
nothing.
Sit pretty.
Oh, there it is. Stay pretty. You see that, fellas?
And this is why Becky, Marisol, and Mylene get the black men, because the women aren't teaching you guys how to actively go after. She's telling you to go to college to find a husband, but she's not telling you how to actively even put yourself. You're just supposed to sit there. Mm-hmm. Well, how would this approach work if you wanted to succeed scholastically or academically? Just
good
showing
question.
up.
Good question.
What approach?
Just showing up.
Oh, it wouldn't happen.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay, well, are women supposed to approach men?
It's not the question.
No.
It's not the question. Your mother's supposed to teach you how to do something for a man, how to attract a man, how to keep a man, how to work with a man.
I understand.
Do you have any sisters?
I want to know.
Okay, but you need to ask your mother. I'm not going to overstep that line. Do you have any sisters?
Yes.
Do you have any brothers?
Yes.
Does your father teach your brother? Are your brothers older or younger?
Younger.
Does your father teach your brothers what a man is supposed to do?
She don't know, Kev.
How much younger? How old is the youngest?
17. Right. So he's not quite there yet.
But okay. If your father's teaching you and watching me, she's teaching his sons. But I'm asking your mother. Has she taught? How many sisters do you have?
One.
You're older or younger?
Older.
Is she married?
Mm-hmm.
What has your sister taught you about?
Okay. Older sister.
Working with the man.
She has Well,
Nothing?
she is a stay-at-home mom.
Oh, okay.
And she worked, but then, you know, once they had a child.
But what did she taught you?
Yeah,
I mean, how
that's
many
the
years
question.
older is she than you?
Like 16.
Oh,
So-
wow. Big gap. That's like a
By
mom.
the same mother?
Yes.
So your mother taught
She's a half sister, but
half sister, meaning what?
Different
She's
daddies.
your different father? Different
Mhm.
father?
Yeah,
Was she
Kev.
raised in the house with you?
no. Cuz she's old. I mean, so it was a long time ago. Like it was in she
Well,
had
if
her
you're, all I'm trying to
16-year age
understand is
gap.
if your older sister's married, who taught her how to be a wife? That's all I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to understand what your mother's teaching you. And it doesn't sound like your mother's teaching you how to be a wife. And if you're saying, was your sister, your sister that's older, was she raised by your mother?
Well, yes, kind of.
Wait a minute. This kind of. Oh, here we go. Nope, you weren't.
Okay.
She wasn't either.
So, your mom.
Well, should you? Okay, so
I'm gonna stop the clip here because it's gonna ramble for a little bit here, and I wanted to get that point here because this is modern women, and this is a young modern woman here. She's 22 years old, and she called into Kevin Samuels. But what did he repeatedly do? I stated this early in the video. He kept pushing back to her parents. He kept asking the question, "What did your mother teach you? What did your father teach you?" In so many different iterations of those questions in this part of the dialogue here. I'll post the whole video, the link to the video in the description here so you guys can see the whole conversation as well. But what he was bringing out is that I'm not stepping on these toes here because we know in the black community that we don't have both our parents here. You know, that's a big thing. No excuses. But when he found out that she had her parents, you need to go to your mother. You have an older sister, even though she's not raised with you, 16 years older, she's a wife. She's a stay-at-home mom now. What is your sister? Have your sister taught you anything? You literally have two resources, but you're calling into Kevin Samuels. That's the problem. We have our own kids, grown adults, who are too scared to go to the seniors, the OGs, you know, our parents for advice. So if we're not going to our parents for advice, are we a lost cause? Are we just going to go ahead and call Kevin Samuels or Kendra G shows or Fresh and Fit podcast to find out how we can do better? If you got parents, talk to them, people. They have experience and wisdom. Now, not all parents are the same. We know that the case here. I'm not trying to put the butt on there, but if you have them, they have experience, they have wisdom. They've been around this earth long enough to give us information that can help us out better here. So YouTube family here, especially the men here, I'm curious here what you guys think about this woman here because she's young. She's gonna be looking for a man to get married when she graduates college here. So I want you in the comment section here. Let me know what you guys think here. But until next time, I'm that dude named Dave. See you later, YouTube.